Good evening, folks. Tonight I'm going to put together a Chinese dish called beef Szechuan. Just like in America, there are different regional cooking styles in China. Probably the first brought here to this country was Cantonese style from Canton, which most people are familiar with. It's not that popular anymore, but it was back in the 50s and the 60s. They've even changed the name of the city from Canton to Guangzhou. But there's Hunan style, there's Szechuan style, there's Peking style, or it's a northern style Chinese cuisine. But we're going to focus today on a simple dish called beef Szechuan. You've probably seen it in most of your carry-out Chinese restaurants, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can make this recipe at home, restaurant quality. So let me get started and show you how we put together Szechuan style beef. Like most great Chinese recipes, there's not a lot of different ingredients in them. If you go to China, they may have one or two vegetables and a meat, and that would be it, or maybe just one vegetable and one meat. They don't put 15 different things into a stir fry typically. But when this Szechuan beef recipe is prepared, what we're going to do is we're just going to make some matchstick cuts of some celery, some carrots, and some beef, and we're just going to cut these like such, making thin slivers. I'll do the same thing with the beef and the carrots, and after I come back prepping up the beef slices and the carrot slices, I'll show you how we put this recipe together. Okay, as you can see in the background, I have produced matchsticks for my celery, approximately 1 cup, matchsticks for my carrot, and I have julienned my beef. I'm using sirloin for this particular recipe. I'm going to put this into this little bowl here, and to this beef we're going to marinate this with about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 egg white, and about 2 tablespoons of Chinese cooking wine. And what we're going to do is we're just going to stir this up and let this beef come to room temperature, thoroughly mixing the wine, the cornstarch, and the egg white into a marinade. This will soften the beef and it will give it a nice smooth texture when we go to stir frying it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this meat just sit here for about a half an hour until it comes up to room temperature. And after that time, we're going to start putting this beef Szechuan recipe together. Alright, we've got about 2.5 cups of water we brought to a boil. We'll put in our celery first and bring that back up to a boil. We don't want to overcook these vegetables on any level. They need to stay fairly crispy. And what we're going to do is just basically bring this up to the point of where the water comes to a boil. Then we're going to spider out our blanched celery and carrots matchsticks. So let this water come up, and I'll spider this vegetable mentally out and set it aside. Now that we've got our meat just about cooked, we'll return our blanched celery and carrot to the stir fry. And to that we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of just regular soy sauce. Stir fry that around a little bit. we're going to add a tablespoon of oyster sauce. And you don't have to do this, but I like to add just a little bit more chili sauce, Chinese chili sauce to the recipe. We'll stir this around. Using all the flavors. And then our last step is we're going to make a little gravy for this dish. I've taken about 4 tablespoons of water. Mix it up with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. We'll add that to the stir fry itself. And let that come back up to heat. Our chicken Szechuan is now done. We're going to plate this up and give it the old taste test. Alright, as you can see, we have now finished off our Szechuan beef. Let's give this a little try. I've got this served up with some fried rice that I'll be eating this with. Very nice. Right amount of salt. This is by no way too spicy. It's just the way I like it. Thanks for watching the Glenn's recipe for beef Szechuan. Give it a try. I think you might like it. And as always, bon appetit.